So due to Pick It Out, MCKEE was able to showcase his talents, and everything I praised him for last week was on display this week in week 18 for these Eagles. You can look at his stat line. Y'all have to excuse me. I've been under the weather, or you want to call this virus flu that's been going around since I think Monday night to New Year's Eve, basically. Virus flu has taken me completely out. So my schedule's all off. Picks of the week, all that's been a wash. I'm kind of on the back end of it right now. Mostly just bad cough and still a little nausea here and there. But yeah, it's been I don't want to say it hasn't been a good new year, but it hasn't gone the way I planned for us health-wise. But we're at the end of the season, and playoffs are right around the corner. These Eagles, Tanner MCKEE, young guy, big upside, and it makes you wonder. The future can stay bright in Philadelphia, even after a Jalen Hurts. Tanner MCKEE's stat line, as you can see, 27 for 41, 269 yards, 6.6 on average, 2 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, and that's been the key. No mistakes. Just take care of the football, make the simple plays. He's done that, and early, he looked like a starting quarterback. Getting out of the pocket, pinpointing passes, right on the money, getting first downs, moving the ball up and down the field. Touchdowns. Yeah, man, I like what I see. I like what I see. Now, I said about the Saquon Barkley situation, about him going for the single season record. I would have liked for him to go for it. Me and a whole lot of other people. I can understand why not do it. I can understand that. That's why I'm not going to argue it too much. But I would love to see him go out there and get it. I know there's a lot of factors involved. You'd have had to put the offensive line out there. It'd have put a lot of people in jeopardy getting ready for the playoffs, trying to chase down this record, which he would have gotten. No doubt about that. He would have gotten it if he would have played. So it can bother you a little bit, but then you got to just let it go. And the reason why I can let it go, because the Eagles are thinking the same thing I'm thinking, that there's a bigger picture in front of them. We don't worry about no single season record. If you want to go all the way to the Super Bowl and seal that deal, because that is the ultimate prize. That's why Saquon Barkley is there. He's not there for single season. He's there for the Super Bowl. So we can erase all this bad bellyache about him not getting it to hold up that trophy. So long as they're steadfast thinking on that, hey, I have no problem with it. No problem with it at all. Everybody rested. As you see, the wide receivers, of course, the A.J. Browns and the Devontae Smiths on the sideline getting their rest. Of course, with Saquon Barkley getting ready. Time is now. You're going in on a good foot. And we're going to see. We're going to see. Now, what I want to talk about, of course, which I'm not going to be on here long at all. Just wanted to come in, especially because I haven't been here lately. Definitely wanted to end the season. The Houston Texans. Now, I'm not even going to lie to you. These love your blues, they really bother me in this game. They did. I'm not going to lie to you. It shouldn't, but it did. Just a lot of history with those love your blues. A lot of history. But the main thing, they got the win. Especially wearing those jerseys, they better get the win. It was ours first. I know I'm being bitter. Let me cut it out. But yeah, love your blues. I got a lot of history with that. Love your blue. I don't know if anybody expected it. I mean, Texans came out. They did what they wanted to do in this game. Come out, have a good early showing, and get the starters out. Get the starters out. Y'all was picture perfect. After all the weeks, it hasn't been looking too good. A lot of concerns. A lot. They had no choice but to put the starters in this game, at least for a little bit. You had to go into the playoffs with something to hold on to, something to remember, some kind of momentum, feeling good about yourself. They had to do that. Now, it was a small sample size. The opponent, not so good, of course. Can it overlap into the playoffs? Don't matter if it overlaps or not, but one thing it did was gain a little confidence, let them know that, hey, we were playing this way early in the season. We might have our mojo back. It's time to go, fellas. Let's go. We're ready for the playoffs. If anything, it did that. But now you have to make it into 60 minutes. 60 minutes. No matter who you're playing. But it was good to watch. It was good to watch. Good to see some second string guys get in there. And what about Dameon Pierce? 92-yard touchdown scamper. Man came out of a keyhole. Huh? I thought he was going to get caught. I ain't lying. I thought he wasn't going to make it. But he showed his speed on that run. Running back has no choice but to show his speed on a 92-yard run. But he kept rolling those little feet like they was hooked up to spokes. I mean, strolling down that side. And getting there for the touchdown.